What's a career somebody could have that you would refuse to date? There were more than 2,000 people who responded to this on a Reddit thread, and some of these answers are very interesting. Like a restaurant or bar manager or owner, they're working 12 to 15 hours a day, every holiday and weekend. The term restaurant widow is a real thing.
I have heard of that because it's like you're more married to the job than you can ever be to anybody else.
Yeah. The next one on the list is chefs. No explanation there. And I'm assuming that person was not a waitress or bartender. Because no matter how attractive the waitress or bartender is, she's always with some rough-looking chef guy, at least in my experience.
Well, and I think the chef thing has got to be similar to the restaurant owner thing. I think chef hours can be pretty demanding, and that can be tough on a relationship. But yeah, if somebody is maybe a server at that same restaurant, that could work out pretty well.
This one says, from my experience dealing with clients, surgeons, the personality type of a surgeon is often relentless and sociopathic with a singular interest on one thing. It's good for a surgeon, bad for a partner. Then somebody else said fighter pilots, same thing. They're just like surgeons.
Oh, a little bit too much into themselves and their ability and how great they are.
Somebody says pilots. I was a flight attendant and I've seen how they act and what they do on layovers. But then the very next one says flight attendants. They work away from home for days or weeks. Jet lag messes with their body. And also cheating through the roof.
Oh, boy.
For flight attendants.
Oh, boy. I mean, I know one pilot and I know a few flight attendants. And as far as I know, zero cheating has happened.
Musicians, they are flaky, have bad hours, and they're always broke. Now, there's one on this list. I know an architect. He's actually one of my good friends. And they say that architects are not good to date. But I'm thinking about my friend who's an architect. I wouldn't call him high-strung type A, maybe a perfectionist or a narcissist. But like perfectionist, like that's not always a bad thing.
I wonder if an engineer is the one who submitted that, though, because architects and engineers do not get along. The architect is like, but here's my design, here's my beautiful vision. And the engineer's like, that is not physically possible.
Maybe that's it. 601-995-1017. What would you say, Allison?
So I have said in the past police officers because I'd always be worried,
Yeah.
but I also think more along the lines of I just hear that there's a lot of cheating that happens. It would be, and I'm so sorry, but active military members.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've heard there's a lot of cheating that happens.
By the way, there was something else somebody else wrote on the Reddit thread about police officers, and it didn't really have much to do with cheating or the danger aspect, but apparently alcoholism. According to what I read, I'm not saying that I know this to be accurate. In fact, I know a couple police officers. I don't think any of them are alcoholics, but that's a reason somebody gave for not wanting to date a cop.
It does make sense. I've heard a lot of lawyers just because of the stress of the job.
On the list was police officers, a lot of alcoholism, a lot of divorces happen with police officers, and Jesse's a former cop. And what did you want to say, Jesse?
There's a saying that verifies actually what you're saying. So there's a saying when you become a police officer that if you're single, you'll get married, but if you're married, you'll get divorced.
Really?
Oh.
Yep.
Why do single cops end up getting married?
I guess it's the whole they need somebody to grab a hold of to deal with everything, or not quite sure there.
All right, Jesse.
I got married after.
You're okay. I was going to ask you. You're a former cop. You were single whenever you joined the force?
I was.
Wow. And then you were like, gotta get married.
Yep, probably within 9 months, maybe.
And then you were like, gotta leave the police force so I don't get divorced.
Oh, yeah, they're correct. Yeah, it happened.
Thank you for the call, Jesse. Appreciate you. 601-995-1017. Felicia says mortician, can't, and won't. That's hilarious.
Izzy has experience dating a first responder, and she says because of that, she won't date one again. They have reputations for being toxic and cheaters across the board.
Wow, that's wild. James agrees. Same sentiment from James. 601-995-1017. Uber Dude's here. Who would you refuse to date based on their career?
I think it would be tough to date a therapist. What do you think?
Allison has said for years and years and years that her next partner is going to be a therapist.
I want free therapy.
Oh, so you love the psychoanalyzing.
Oh, yeah. I've been in therapy since I was 15.
I think I'd be scared of it because, us men, sometimes we don't do the smartest things. So somebody there to psychoanalyze our idiocy sometimes wouldn't be fun.
Oh, I mean, it would be painful. Like, I know if I dated a therapist, they would be able to get me right where it hurts every single time. But then they would also have the ability to help me work through that. Like, oh, okay, well, let's dig into that. Why is that making you so upset?
I guess so.
Uber dude,
So,
I
Adam,
will tell you this. I'm right on your side of this debate about not wanting to date a therapist. I almost don't even want to do a morning show with somebody who's in therapy because of all the psychoanalysis. Thank you for the call, Uber dude. You have a great day. 601-995-1017. Ryan says content creators couldn't date one.
Oh, no. Shonda's saying never again truck driver.
Yeah, but what if he would take you with you out on the open road and just ride in his truck with him?
I mean, that would not work for me. Maybe that would work for Shonda. I don't want to speak on her behalf.
Mildred's here. What you got?
Hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
I was thinking a lawyer. All
Why?
they do is argue.
All they do is argue, and some would say, not me, of course, some would say all they do is lie.
Well, that would be a problem too, sugar.
But what about the bank account that comes with dating a lawyer?
I'd rather be poor and love.
There you go, Mildred.
all right,
Choosing
Mildred.
love over money.
You have a good day, sugar.
Okay, love you, baby.
Love you too, baby.
Adam and Allison in the morning.